This week in JordanJaunts, we're in Malta asking one big question. Can you really do a 5-star stay in Malta on a budget? We've booked it, we've arrived, now let's see if it delivers. Good morning, welcome to Glasgow Airport. It's me and Mark today. Nicola's at home looking after Maisie. And we're heading off to Malta to see if she can make a trip feel 5-star, even if you're flying with Ryanair. We booked Upper Deck Lounge to make this airport experience so much better. But we're now on a bit of a rush, because Ryanair as usual, 50 minutes before departure, stick out the final call. In old Ryanair fashion. And you like to think they're just at it, but you're never sure. The flight is actually leaving.
Just about made it.
Just about made it. One of the last people on. See you later.
Yeah, see you later. Alright, coming back then.
Yeah.
A little bit windy.
We booked a flight and hotel separate today. Flight £59 each with Ryanair and £130 each at the Radisson Blu, including breakfast in St Julians. I think it's time, Mark, to get an Uber and get yourself off to the hotel and enjoy this great holiday.
I think so, and I think I can see it over there.
Right, let's go then. That's us arrived at the Radisson Blu, St Julians, 5-star hotel. Does it feel 5-star, Mark?
Yeah, it does feel 5-star. Really nice entrance as you come into the hotel, and the room really lives up to the expectations.
And we get a free upgrade and a bottle of vino.
Brilliant.
And a lovely wee card to say welcome, a nice written card. I thought it was a lovely touch.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be making use of the wine later.
Absolutely will be. We'll let you know how that goes in the morning. But anyway, we're going to go and have a look about St Julian's. It's looked a cracking resort when we come in an Uber there. So keep following us to see this brilliant island. Hard Rock Hotel behind me there, getting built. That looks as though it'll be a cracker. But it's just one of many hotels that get built here. There's so much foreign investment at the moment. Property is an all-time boom with the amount of population in Malta now, about 520,000 and rapidly rising. Now Malta is the 10th smallest country in the world, a fifth of the size of the Isle of Skye, but one of the most densely populated countries in the world. So there's only way to get all these people in, to get Malta growing, is build upwards. And there has been quite a lot of pushback on the skyscrapers. But when you're limited for land, there's nowhere else to go. Sky's the limit, I presume, would be the only way forward. So we're going to take you to the biggest building in Malta, which is the Mercury Tower. We're going to go into the Sky Bar and we'll show you a brilliant view over Spinola Bay. I wouldn't mind being Hugo here. Passed by about 5 different places called Hugo. Hugo's bar, restaurant, rooftop, bar, takeaway, pub. He's got everything covered. I think we'll need to start hanging about at Hugo. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I would say so.
We're heading up to the Mercury Tower and we're going to go into Anima for a drink and show you a phenomenal view.
I'm standing on the tallest building in Malta. This building is roughly 122 meters, 32 floors high, and was only open in 2023. It's a surreal view from the top, and you can probably notice the cranes behind me in the background as well as all of that construction. It's no surprise in Malta. Malta's grown 16% across the last 5 years, with a population now exceeding 500,000 people. For such a small island, 1/5 the size of London, roughly 316 kilometers squared, it is amazing to see what it's become and how fast this country is growing. It looks like it's going to continue growing, with the financial industry, the video game industry and the tourism industry all booming within this country. Cheers.
As they get to the top of the Mercury Tower, it's €20, but including that €20 is a free drink. We had a couple of cocktails that were so tasty we actually downed them before we were able to fill them, so I apologise for that. But they were €16 each, and they were very tasty. So in essence, that's not a bad price to get yourself up to the tallest building in the whole of Malta. That was fantastic, thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. That was a brilliant experience. I mean, a rooftop bar, the views were incredible. This peaceful district here in Malta is incredible. It's just so modern, the architecture is incredible. Cannot believe the investment in this island. What do you think?
Yeah, it feels like we've just stepped out of the Mercury Tower and we've stepped out into 2050. When you're looking around and you're seeing these buildings, the glass towers, the rooftop pools, it's fantastic. It's like the Dubai of the Mediterranean.
What a beautiful bay we're in, Spinola Bay. One of the famous bays in Malta. Traditional boats, fishermen's boats, cafe, restaurants on the waterfront. I think this is a true taste of Malta. Yep, Mark, just watch your feet, watch your feet. Yep. Already been done with that one.
I know, that's it. And I do really love the way that the water just sits so calmly, just right off the edge there. Something that you couldn't have back in the UK due to the tide, but it's interesting that the Mediterranean doesn't have a tide, so you can make some really beautiful places right along the waterfront.
Mister, can I show you the menu here?
Cheers.
Hey son, you've always dreamt of owning your own boat, so do you know, I was thinking, I brought in this holiday and the big surprise is, I bought you a boat.
Thank you. Is it the one behind us by any chance?
How'd you guess?
Because it's just beautiful. It's an absolute magnificent boat.
Okay, let's get a further look at this. That's
fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Don't know if you noticed, Mark, cars here drive the same side as us in the UK.
Yeah.
It just came to me as I was watching the road there.
It's rare. It's very rare that you see that in a different country, especially in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. Now it's funny because Nicola still wouldn't have picked that one up. She's a wee bit slow off the map when it comes to which side of the road cars drive on. If you were watching a Cozumel video from Mexico, she definitely get a bit mixed up there. Cocktail number 3. Be rude not to. Buy one get one free, it's phenomenal. And what a location, just beside the swimming pool. When Matt was younger, I used to watch him do swimming lessons. This has been a fantastic location to sit. Get yourself the 2 cocktails, never mind sharing, you buy one get one free. And enjoying the view. Unfortunately, we don't do that type of thing in Scotland. Cheers. That is strong. Tequila sunrise, wow. That is one of the ones you wake up in the morning a bit rough and you put one of them inside you and you'll be awake within seconds. Oof. Let's give that another shot. Oh. How amazing is that? That guy is so talented being able to walk in that rope. I thought he was walking in water at first, but it turns out it's a rope. It's almost like Moses. We're really enjoying visiting Malta. It's a home from home. The drive on the same side as the UK. English is an official language and most of the signage is in English as well. Even the plug sockets, they're the same as the UK. And there's just so much from history that is embedded into Maltese culture and politics. But a brilliant place to come. And probably the most important bit, it's a lot warmer in the UK in February. We're sitting here in the evening, 19 degrees Celsius. It's probably about 2 degrees at home. So a fantastic place to come.
Fantastic. The best pizza in Malta so far.
We've just been at Fresco's Italian restaurant in St Julian's. Fantastic food, such good value. We had a starter, 2 main courses, 4 beers, coffee, water, £34. What a bargain. I don't think we have ever paid £34 in the UK for years for a meal. Malta in the winter time, some restaurants take on a policy of 25% off the food for the winter menu. This restaurant is fantastic. We've been a few times because the pizza is just so good. So if you're in St Julian's, Malta, get a sail along to Fresco's. This place is so cool. Next stop, the famous Bar Street. Sadly, that's our time in Malta come to an end. It's been fantastic, hasn't it?
It has been, it's been brilliant. It's been an amazing holiday. And we asked if we could do a 5-star holiday on a budget. The answer for me is definitely a yes.
And it's all down to time of year. This is February, 20 degrees, feels like summer in the UK. Brilliant hotel, great transport, and food and drink 20 to 30% cheaper than the UK. So if you pick well, you pick a cheap flight, you can do it in a budget. I would definitely say Malta should be on your list if you're looking for that value holiday. We'll see you next time on Jordan Jaunts.